Hello everybody, my name is Andrew from BrickMeisterZ, and guess what? We just passed 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So thank you very much everyone for your support, and I really appreciate it. And what we just celebrate is to compare the LEGO NES to the actual NES. You know, the real one. To the left, we got the LEGO Super Mario Nintendo Entertainment System set, which is set number 71374, and retails for $230 when I got this for Christmas 2020, about, half a year ago already. And then to the right, we got the actual NES, which is the NES Classic Edition with preloaded games, and that happened right after I got this for like Christmas 2016, I guess. So today we're going to be comparing the systems and the controllers from the LEGO NES to the real NES. For the LEGO Super Mario Nintendo Entertainment System set, as you can see, not only that we have a brick-built LEGO NES with the controller, but there's actually a LEGO brick-built TV that you can turn the crank at the side to play the very first level of the original Super Mario Brothers for the NES. So that's pretty amazing, if I do say so myself. Right here we got some prints showing the channel and the on and off switch and the UHF or button or whatever. And this is how you can actually change the brightness. So yeah, the channel knob allows you to walk up to the old TVs back in the day in order to change the channel. But yeah, I actually got a newer TV right behind it, so I don't even have a older TV just like this, so I can't even compare that. So yeah, on the back, there's actually a 6x6 tile with a sticker showing the label for the TV, as well as the antenna of how you can move it up and down. But if you do want sound to play the original Super Mario Brothers on the LEGO TV, let me show it to you guys. If you remove this 4x10 plate on top of the TV in the middle, there's a sticker 2x2 tile, which is a barcode, which is a type of sticker that's supplied to factory. But this is a type of sticker that I'm talking about that does not come off easily. And this is the same type of sticker as how LEGO Mario can read. So if you don't know how the LEGO Mario system works, you can actually read these barcode stickers in order to see how they actually work. Like for a Goomba, if you stomp on him, you'll be able to get a coin. So yeah, keep that in mind that LEGO Mario's not included with this set, and he only comes in the Adventures with Mario Star Course set. So if you ever place LEGO Mario on top of the TV, you'll be able to start doing sound effects from the original Super Mario Brothers while you're cranking the crank at the side of the TV as you're playing through the level. So pretty excited to see how I actually like getting the LEGO NES set. Yeah, now that we took a look at the LEGO NES set, let's compare it to the real one versus the LEGO one. For the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES for short, this was released back in 1985, along with the release of the original Super Mario Brothers game for the NES. And these are actually 35 years old to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Mario. You know how I played Super Mario Bros. 3.5 on my Nintendo Switch. You have seen my videos about it on my gaming channel called BrickMeisterZ. So yeah, as you can see, comparing the real NES to the LEGO NES, you can actually see on your left, we got the NES Classic Edition, which is a lot smaller compared to the LEGO NES. So yeah, the real NES, as the NES Classic Edition, has preloaded games in there compared to the LEGO NES that has a cartridge in there like the real one. But sadly, I don't even have the real one, so what I found instead is just this. So, for the NES Classic Edition, you can't open up that little game door because it got preloaded games in there, but you can open up the game door to the LEGO NES, and inside, we actually got the cartridge to represent the original Super Mario Brothers. So yeah, This game was 35 years old along with the Nintendo Entertainment System, which is Nintendo's first gaming console in the United States. Both of these were released back in 1985. As you can see for the cartridge, we got a 6x6 tile with a sticker, as well as a 2x6 tile with another sticker. So yeah, if you ever compare the LEGO NES cartridge that has Super Mario Brothers on it to the actual one, you see for the LEGO NES, there's actually some tiles, pieces. But if you compare to the real NES cartridge that has Super Mario Brothers on it, this is actually a little bit bigger compared to the LEGO version. And I think they did a fantastic job recreating the NES cartridge. You can actually roll your fingers across like how you did with the real NES cartridges. And inside, yeah, just like the real NES, you can actually see that there's actually a green tab inside that you can probably blow on before you put the cartridge in. So here's a look inside, but I don't know if you guys see it very well because it's dark, but if you ever press down on your finger, you can actually see that if you actually press down with your finger once, it locks the mechanism in there, that little cartridge slot or whatever that stays in place while you're playing the game. But if you push it up one more time, it'll probably let the cartridge out of the system. So here is how it works. So you need the original Super Mario Brothers game cartridge for the NES, and you have to probably just put it in there and press it down and close it like always. So yeah, I do kind of wish that there's actually a print right there to represent the top cartridge of the original Super Mario Brothers, but you get the point. So taking this out, on the back there's some studs at the bottom, and yeah, you know how this works, how you actually pull it in there and press it down with your finger in order to close it. Now that we took a look at the NES cartridge from the LEGO version to the real version, even though I had a picture side by side, let's take a look at comparing these systems, but we'll get to the NES controllers in a little bit actually. So comparing these systems for the LEGO NES and the real NES, even though we're going to show you a 360 view of it, right here, this is some sort of hole or whatever that if you actually take a look at the bottom compared to the real NES and the LEGO NES, as you can see, there's no extension ports to them like the NES Classic Edition has none, but like I said, they actually got preload games in there. But there's actually some sort of heating feature right there. They can rub your finger across it, but the LEGO NES has none, but that is connected by those plates, like that 16x16 plate and so many others. So yeah, right here, this is one of those sticky circular pieces for like the how you place the NES upright. But I do wish the LEGO NES set has the circular inverted 2x2 plates to hold the console upright, I suppose. So yeah, if you actually compare the top version of the NES LEGO to the actual one, you can actually see that they're pretty much the same, but there's actually all these 6x6 tiles, along with that little venting mechanism that you can probably roll your finger across it like you would back in the day. And the same thing would happen to the real NES. And yeah, one difference that I found for the LEGO NES is that if you ever take off this platform, if you ever take off this panel, not a platform, there's a small recreation to the end of World 1-2 from the original Super Mario Brothers. And yeah, speaking of platforms, there are some platforms, 1x1 tiles, that Mario can stand on. You see that there's Mario right here, and there's actually the pipes right there. And I do wish there's a print that says welcome to Warp Zone right there, like he did in the actual game. So, sliding this panel back on, and if you compare the real version of the NES to the LEGO version, and you can't actually take off this panel for the real NES because I don't want a chance breaking it. Going back to the front, now that we did our 360 view, comparing the LEGO NES to the real NES, as you can see for the LEGO NES, we got two 1x6 tiles with prints saying Nintendo and Entertainment, and then a 2x3 print tile that says System. But if you compare the real NES, because there's actually not you can do to like lift the game door open because you got preload games in there, compared to the LEGO NES that has the cartridge in it, like we already took a look at before that we actually did our 360 view of it. So here's a look at it again, placing it back in. So yeah, if you can actually compare the buttons on the real NES to the actual one, as you can see, there's actually some, yeah, here we go. There's actually some two printed 1x3 tiles that actually said power, if I can focus my camera. Alright, so there we go. That 1x3 tile says power. If I could probably stick it back onto there, as well as the reset tile, which is a 1x3 print. And yeah, all of these buttons actually connect to if I can focus the camera a little bit more. There we go. So that 1x2 brick plate of the NES kind of sits with these buttons right here. And then to the left, we got that little power thing or whatever. Oh, I actually need to double check. That's good. So the power light is actually a 1x1 tile piece in transparent white. So yeah, if you actually compare the LEGO NES to the actual one, these you can't press down like the actual NES because, like I said before, there's just tiles. But comparing the real NES to the actual one, you can see that you can actually press down the buttons for the real NES. Like, you press it on once, the game will turn on, and you press it again, the game will turn off. So if you ever get stuck, like the game crashed, all you have to do is reset here in order to reset your progress. So yeah, you get the point. All that happens is that we actually press the button, the red light will turn on compared to the LEGO NES, even though there's actually no transparent 1x1 plate in a tile in red. As for the controllers, comparing the real NES to the LEGO NES, as you can see for the LEGO NES, we got these two 2x4 round tiles in red to represent the A and B buttons, which are new prints, compared to the actual NES controller. You actually see the LEGO NES buttons are bigger than the ones that are smaller on the real NES. We got the Nintendo logo and the both controllers for the LEGO NES and the real one, which is definitely a 1x4 or 3 print tile for the Nintendo logo, as well. 2x4 tile for the Nintendo logo, and for the 2x3 tile print, we got the select and start, which are lines right there, as well as the 1x3 line at the bottom, which are tile prints. You see that they're both similar, and the start and select buttons are actually those circular 1x1 stud pieces with the bar coming out. If yeah, I can't even see it pretty well. And that happens right after you probably put them into that 1x2 Technic pin whole circular tile. Yeah, 1x2, yeah. But for the controller D-pads, you can actually see that there's actually some 2x2s and 1x1 prints for the outskirts, the outsides of the D-pad. As you can see, for the D-pads on the both LEGO NES and the real NES controllers, we got 4 1x1 studs at the side to represent the arrows going up, down, left, and right. And then in the middle, we got a 1x1 tile compared to the one which has a D-pad with the circular tile in it. Yeah. If you compare the back of the NES controller from the LEGO version and the real one, you can actually see for the real NES, it probably has that Nintendo controller label. As for the LEGO NES, it's all those connected by those plates, like that 4x10 plate in like light bluish gray, compared to the 4x10 plate in like rice brown, where you take off the top of the TV in order to place LEGO Mario up there. And yeah, for the outputs of the controller, it's hard to know which is which because we got these hole where you can probably connect the wire thing to controller to the system. But this is actually the hose attachment for the LEGO NES, but this is a different hose attachment to the real NES. If I put them on the floor, you can actually see the real NES controller is actually a little bit longer compared to the LEGO NES controller, especially with the hose wire attachment, how you actually connect these into the system. Right here, we got the plugs that, if you actually compare them side by side, this plug belongs to the NES Classic Edition. If I plug it in, like, which these are quite similar to the SNES Classic Edition that was released back in 2017, known as the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Even though I wish there was a LEGO version of this one day, like maybe, or a Nintendo Switch, that will be part of the LEGO Nintendo console sets. So, the LEGO NES has this 1x2 pyramid piece that copies the NES port of the real one, where you plug it in. And as you see, there's a plug compared to the LEGO NES, which is part of these Technic 1x2s with the those clippers for like holding the bars or whatever. But yeah, you get the point actually if you compare the two. Before we plug into the controllers to the system side by side, you can actually see that for the LEGO NES to the real one, there's actually some ports where you actually connect the controller into either side to team it with multiplayer. Like we got some prints showing 1 and 2. I don't know what piece it is because I can't remember. And there's actually some clips on the side to see how you actually plug it into the controller to the system, like the real NES with these same 1x4 tiles that I remember correctly for the 1 and 2. And all that happens is that you can actually connect the controllers from the NES console when you plug it into the TV for retro gaming fun. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a comparison side by side. Here's one that was plugged in. As for the LEGO NES, you can actually use this port and plug it into here. Sorry about the hose attachment that was in the way. Like that. And here's the comparison for the LEGO NES to the real one of how you can hook up the controllers for 1980s video gaming fun. So yeah, there's one last thing to look at, which is the boxes. For the NES boxes, we got the LEGO Super Mario Nintendo Entertainment System set that I got for Christmas 2020, along with the NES Classic Edition box, if I can zoom in. that is the one that I actually got for Christmas 2016, about 5 years ago, I guess. For the NES Classic Edition, we got 3 preload games in there, including the original Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Pac-Man, Kirby, and stuff like that. So yeah, the NES Classic Edition probably has some classic white stars for the box, like the Lego NES that has the stars to it, and the letters are pretty much the same with the letter prints or whatever. And yeah, for the Lego NES, that I already did a review about it. If I actually post that card up there, like you guys forgot to see it, I suppose. To the side of the box, we got some artwork of Mario jumping, like he does on the Lego NES TV. And then on the back of the box, we got some play features for this set of how you plays the cartridge in the NES by hooking up the NES controller to the system, and how you actually turn the crank to play the original Super Mario Brothers on the TV. Here's some more shots of the set, like that little sketch thing. See the width and height and whatever. So yeah, for the NES Classic Edition, the box I'm talking about that I got for Christmas 2016, you can see that there is some artwork of how a hand being placed for the small NES console, and then at the side we got some more artwork for the NES controller. Also, just like the NES sets that has Mario at the side, if I could probably compare the two. Oh, sorry. Yeah, comparing the artwork at the side, you can actually see on your right, the NES box has, not Lego Mario, NES Mario jumping, and then on the left, we got the NES version of The Legend of Zelda. For the back of the NES Classic Edition box, we got some NES Classic games in there, which, like I said, 30 of them. So, the 30 preload games that you get were Balloon Fight, Bubble Bobble, Castlevania 2, Donkey Kong Jr., Double Dragon 2, Dr. Mario, Exec Bike, Final Fantasy, Galaga, Ghosts and Goblins, Gratulus, Ice Climber, Kid Iris or whatever, Kirby's Adventure, Mario Brothers, Mega Man 2, Metroid, Ninja Garden, Pac-Man, Punch-Out, Star Tropics, Super C, the original Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Bros. 2 USA, not the other Super Mario Bros. 2 that was in China, the Lost Levels that it was super hard for everyone. Super Mario Bros. 3, Testament Bowl, The Legend of Zelda, and Zelda 2. So anyways, that's it. Comparing the Lego NES to the real NES, like the NES Classic Edition for preload games, this is actually a lot smaller compared to the Lego version of the NES, especially for 1980s gaming fun, I suppose. And I really love how they actually captured the controllers perfectly in Lego form, except the cartridge, but I don't even have the real cartridge for the original Super Mario Brothers. All I have is just the Lego version of it, and that's about it. So yeah, pretty wild for a 100 subscriber special video, and hopefully I'll probably make some more comparison videos in the future for different Lego Nintendo console sets, like maybe a Nintendo Switch or a Super Nintendo Entertainment System. But that's it. Make sure to leave your thoughts and comments down below if you like the comparison between the Lego NES to the real NES to celebrate 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And also leave me a comment down below on which Nintendo console would you like me to review next. Maybe in the future, they'll probably be able to make maybe a Lego Super Nintendo Entertainment System set or SNES Resort, or maybe a Lego Nintendo Switch set if I compare the two. But that's it for now. My name is Andrew from BrickMeisterZ signing off, and thank you all for helping me reach 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And hopefully I'll probably make some future videos of how I need to get the LEGO Super Mario Luigi Star Course set, because I actually pre-ordered it on Amazon for the last few days. Now that I actually spent all of my Amazon gift cards for my birthday party. But that's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.